First, I'd like to say all praise is due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there teaching this truth. A lot of respect to those brothers out there on the highways and byways around the four corners of the earth preaching this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed. And by the mercy and grace of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I'm one of them. And also by the mercy of the grace of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, those elders and apostles and brothers out there and Aquath out there that's in this truth are part of the elect. With that being said, it's your brother Dewada from Chicago. I do go to GMS camp. I'm not part of the camp yet, but I do go to GMS camp. I met Elder Malcolm about 3 months ago, and he told me to come over to the camp, so I've been fellowshipping with the brothers, ever since then. So, and it's a beautiful thing, and I love the fellowship, and hopefully with the mercy and grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he'll keep me on that path, and I'll continue in my fellowship with the guys from GMS. With that being said, I see a lot of brothers talking about, the assassination or the hit that was put on General Soleimani, Qassam Soleimani, the Iraq general, and by President Donald Duck. And I see a lot of brothers talking about, that this is one of the big prophecies, and it is, rumors of wars, and you'll hear rumors of wars, and do not be troubled. As a matter of fact, let me get Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, we're hearing of wars and rumors of wars, and all these things must come, but the end is not yet. All these things are going to come about, these rumors of wars, you're going to hear wars, but the end is not yet. And now I'm going to go to verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, which means nationality against nationality, race wars, black against white, so forth and so on. Those are going to be your nations against nations. And then kingdoms against kingdoms. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And as you see around the world, you see a lot of things going on. You see many things going on, a lot of famines, a lot of pestilence with these opioids, a lot of earthquakes in diverse places. If you look in California, you got the forest fire. If you look, I want to say 4 or 5 or 6 months ago, you had the Amazon rainforest on fire. If you see so many things going on, so much going on that, but all this right now is the beginning of the sorrows. And as it says in verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So yeah, they talking about the prophets, the apostles, the elders. Some of y'all gonna get delivered up and be afflicted, and some of y'all gonna be killed. And all of us are already hated. You see, they already demonizing us, calling us the black Hebrew Israelites when we're not black Hebrew Israelites. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as black or white. Those are colors. If you really look, we're brown. But those are colors. We're the Hebrew Israelites. And then you got the Hebrew Edomites. Then you got the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Amalekites. You got the Hamites, which are the Africans. You got the Moabites, which are the Chinese. You got the Ammonites, which are the Japanese. You got the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, the so-called Arabs. You got the Edomites, which are the so-called white people. Those are the nations. Those are the nations that are in the Bible. There's no such thing as black or white. Those are not nations. Those are colors. And it says, yes, and getting back to 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, because we're out here preaching the truth. And just like Elder Malcolm did a lesson or video maybe a day or two ago about the truth is the new hate speech. So anytime you preach the truth of the Bible, people get mad at you because it's the Bible. It says it right there in the Bible. But you get mad because the guys out there preaching the truth of who we are, the downfall of Babylon, which is America, and people are getting mad about it. But we're preaching and teaching the truth out of the Bible that so many of y'all say y'all believe in, that false Christianity. And then verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And you see that happening right now. You see a lot of the kingdoms being divided. You see a lot of the Edomites being divided amongst each other, you know, in which way they want to go. You see many things going on nowadays in this world. And you see a lot of brothers out there bringing out these scriptures like this. And this is one of them, Matthew 24, you know, and probably starting from 1 on down. You know, this is going to be one of those scriptures that a lot of brothers are going to be talking about. And so I'm going to go to 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And this is the other thing. Many people are going to come, many of these false prophets, many of these so-called Christians, you know, many this Islamic, this Catholicism, this Judaism, this Hinduism, you know, Christianity being the main one, which is going to lead all our people to astray, which is going to lead to their destruction. All these bugs coming up with these false doctrines and everything, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to follow them, and it's going to be their destruction. You know, so getting to that, and then I was going to go to, and this was another thing that I was going to go to Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So here's the thing, you know, all this stuff is going to come. And if you go back to Matthew chapter 24, and it says, and which goes along with verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, which goes right with Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. For none of those things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So the devil is going to cast some of you into, some of us into prison. It could be me, it could be anybody, you know. But as long as we stay faithful and hold true to Yahweh Shai, and hold true to the faith, and hold true to His word, we're gonna get that crown, and we're gonna get that crown of life. We're gonna get that crown, and also we're gonna get them immortal bodies, which all of us want. That's what we telling this truth for. That's what we fighting for. That's what we trying to. That's why we out here on the highways and byways and putting up these lessons and doing all these things for, to get that crown of life, to get that immortal body, to be part of the elect, to be the first fruits, to be the 144,000, or if not, the part of the elect, the first. And so that's why so many of us out here are doing what we're doing on the highways and byways, you know. And I like to thank, and I like to say the water to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for opening up my eyes, opening up my ears so I can see and I can hear this truth. I like to say the water to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for opening up those eyes of those elders and apostles who've been doing this for 30, 25, 35 years, and who's put the word out for us to understand and to preach and to teach. And to those brothers out there, I like to say the water to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to those brothers on the highways and byways, and to those Akim and Aqua out there who's in this truth and listening and who's following the best way they can, who's trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments the best way they can, you know. But right now, they say it's the year of the prophecy, 2020, and it started off already with a big bang. So, you know, like I said, with that being said, you know, like I said, I like to say the water to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and I like to say call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Salakia. Call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wakakwadash. Double honor to those elders and apostles out there teaching this truth. A lot of respect to those brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect, that you guys may be sealed, and hopefully by the mercy and grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, I'm one of them. And by the mercy and grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, those elders and apostles and all those brothers and sisters that's in this truth, that you're part of the elect. And with that being said, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball. Shalom.